Good morning, Britain. Doctors accuse the Prime Minister of being delusional over the NHS crisis. The Prime Minister will make his first appearance publicly in nearly a fortnight today. Insisted the health service has enough money to cope with the surge in winter illness.
Just 1 in 5 trains due to run again today. Commuters are told to travel only if absolutely necessary. But of course, there's going to be disruption on the roads as well, with bus drivers and highway workers also striking today.
Action on mould and filth after our investigation into the horrific conditions one family is forced to live in. The local council has taken action. Today, we reveal more dreadful mould in neighbouring flats, with residents still desperately waiting for help.
We're going to be speaking to an extraordinary guy. He's a former British soldier that they've nicknamed Rambo, and he's vowed to return to the front line in Ukraine after surviving multiple gunshot and shrapnel wounds in a sustained Russian attack.
And he is not only a master in the kitchen, but in the gym as well. MasterChef's Greg Wallace is here this morning to help you stick to your New Year's resolutions.
Rain clearing today, then a story of sunny spells and scattered showers. The outlook remains mild. We'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Wednesday, 4th of January, 2023. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna, Reid and Richard Madeley.
Good morning.
Morning.
Look, well, two extraordinary things strike me this morning.
Yeah,
one is that yesterday we talked to Kwejo Tueniboa, the incredible housing campaigner, who, well, frankly, if you've got a problem with housing, the person
He's the guy
who is going to...
He's the Martin Lewis, isn't he, of the house?
Fix it is Kwejo.
Yeah.
So yesterday we ran this investigation into the shocking conditions that Yemi is living in under Lewisham Homes. She has got walls which are wet. We saw her curtains...
Dripping wet.
Dripping wet, being wrung out.
Yeah.
There's so much water in them because of damp and mould.
This was at about 7:30 yesterday morning, wasn't it? We did this
He
story.
goes off air yesterday, and within an hour, Lewisham Homes...
1 hour and 5 minutes, I think it was, exactly.
We're at Yemi's home, fixing the problem.
Well, good for them.
And good for Kwejo, and thank goodness it is good for Yemi. But he's
Apparently they turned up mob-handed. There are 4 or 5 of them. They had all the gear with them. They had the mould removal gear. They had the paint. They had extractors. They had everything that should have been there months, if not years ago. But it was there just an hour after our report, his report, which is a result. I mean, a complete result.
Which is fantastic. So Kwejo is going to be here in about half an hour to tell us about that and what to do if you are in the same situation.
The other thing is this, at last we get a speech from the Prime Minister today.
Yes.
I mean, the big question across the media has been, where's Rishi for the last few weeks?
What's he going to do to fix the NHS? What's he going to
Nurses
do
strike,
about the strikes?
Rail strikes. So he's making his big speech today about...
Checks notes.
Mathematics.
Yeah.
That's going to be the big speech.
Yeah.
He's going to say that he thinks it's time that British school children studied maths harder and for longer. It's essentially it. That's the big speech. I mean, it's a bit like Churchill making his speech about the Battle of Britain, saying that we need to have more chemistry studies in school. It's just the most extraordinary thing. Everybody, when we heard he was going to make a big speech today, we thought, well, this is it, head on. He's going to talk about what we're all talking about, what everybody's talking about, what every newspaper, every media outlet in the land is talking about, and he's going to tell us that we need more mathematics in schools. Odd. Put it mildly.
It's very odd, and I'm not sure who it is bringing on side, because I tell you what, school pupils at 16 who are glad to leave maths behind are not going to think, woohoo,
No.
we now have to carry on studying maths until 18. I'm not sure that parents who struggle, perhaps, with making sure that their children do their homework and go,
Are you saying it's not a win-win?
I'm not sure that teachers are going to think,
Well,
brilliant, we now need more of us in the classroom teaching children who don't want to study compulsory maths. Look, there's one good thing about this, and that is that even though he's saying everybody should study maths until 18, it doesn't mean you all need to do maths A-level.
It's not compulsory.
No.
No.
But you have to study, under his proposal, you have to study maths in some way, shape or form. Honestly, I don't understand the point.
Well, I don't understand the timing, really. I mean, fine, if you want to make a speech about maths and the importance of maths, fine, that's all well and good. But now, with all these other issues that, as I say, the whole country is rightly obsessed with, I have to say, if I was... I hope the media pack do their job today, because I think he might be making this speech in front of a press conference. And I hope when he's finished, the first question is not about maths, but is about the crises that we'll be talking about here on the show today.
Well, it might be about whether his sums add up over pay rises for, you know, people on strike. Yeah. That's certainly likely to be the case. But our main news this morning, doctors' leaders accusing the Prime Minister of being delusional.